My wife, she's gonna be so pissed. I really screwed this up big time. Maybe I can, maybe I can bail myself out. I don't know. It looks like I don't know about them beans though. They they look like they're brown on the top. Oh, what the hell? My third row of beans. I figure they would be ready for me to run some poles and strings down through them. But they don't look like they've grown. The beans don't look like they've grown at all. I mean, they look in bad shape. Really. Yeah, I did most of this for her. I know what she likes. I know she loves beans. And so, my plan was to plant a bunch of beans and squash. She loves squash and sweet potatoes. I mean, that's kind of her three favorite. Now, the squash are doing good. Peppers, I found out. I put some banana peppers out there, and those are actually mucho nacho jalapenos, what they're called. But this is my third time to pick squash. Three times I've got a mess about that big. So the squash are doing real good. Squash and peppers are all coming on. I got some pretty big primaveras. They're getting there, which is spaghetti squash. What I found out, which is good. My wife likes spaghetti squash. I'm Italian. I want real noodles, but it's okay. It's supposed to be good for you. These butternut squash. I mean, look, there's a rack of them. They're doing real good. I don't know what to do with them, but I got a good little mess of them going on. My sweet potatoes are doing good. They're starting to grow. I got a plan for them. Here is where I failed miserably. Twice I have failed miserably. I'll show you. This is my supposedly beans. Now, when I come back, I noticed, they were starting to get brown on the tops. I wasn't for sure if I was overwatering them or, maybe disease or something. I don't know, setting in, but all of them are getting brown. They started off good. They have stopped growing, and they're kind of starting to wilt. Even they have got a few beans on them, but they're not much to look at, They're just little, and I don't even know. I didn't know what they were. I took one. I picked a few handful. I cut one open, took a picture of it, and then sent the pictures to my buddy next door, John. Then I was like, I'm just going to drive back up there to the co-op, and they was in a big bucket there. So I said, I'm going to look at that bucket and see what I bought. And this is what I bought right here. I screwed up big time. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what was going on. But they had a bunch of them, so I bought them. But it's actually English peas. And okay, it's English peas, all right. But then it gets worse than that. I read up on them. I read the label. English peas, it says you need to plant in like January, February. Once it gets hot, they die. Either plant them real early or plant them in the fall and let them run up into the cooler months. But basically, I've wasted my time with these beans. I mean, it's the best lesson you'll ever learn is the one you learn the hard way. You put hours work into it just to find out, something ain't right. You'll never forget that lesson. But so anyhow, I'm gonna let them grow. I'm gonna see what happens, But it's too late to put anything else out here. So most likely the beans are gonna be a fail. my other stuff. Maybe it'll help my wife have a little faith in me, because this is a lot of work. I spent a lot of money. Them damn the squash and peppers. Hell, I probably got $50 of squash invested if you did the money. If you did the money, and don't even start putting the labor in there. It's something you better love it, because if you don't, you ain't gonna make it. It's like fishing. You buy a $30,000 boat, go out there and catch 6 or 8 fish to eat, and them the best tasting fish you ever ate in your life. You could go to the fanciest seafood restaurant, and you'll swear they don't taste as good as yours, but you have $4,000 of fish invested in it.